Hey, I'm Madi Helps, and I'm with Help Real Estate Transaction Coordination. I'm here to give you some tidbits that are going to help you as a high producing real estate agent, investor, or broker to really solidify those days and make sure that you are organized and at ease. This whole week, I'm doing a series on ways that I see are actually effective to my clients, my high producing real estate agents, brokers, and investors, and that really make a difference in what they're doing every day. So we're going to jump right in because we don't have time to waste. We're going to talk about your morning and evening routine. In both of these routines, it is so important that you identify what it is that it's important to you in the morning. Take those top three things, whether that be sitting in a devotional with God, whether that be moving your body and making sure you exercise, or maybe it's just sitting down and looking out the window with your favorite cup of coffee, tea, whatever you decide. But make sure that you're solidifying that morning routine and not getting distracted with everything that could go on in a busy entrepreneur's day. Okay. When it comes to the evening routine, there's a little bit more specifics that I would recommend that I have seen my high producing realtors do every evening. And I know this because I ask. I know this because I see that they're producing a lot and I see the way they move, their momentum. So it was impressive to me to even know that, they're dedicating and solidifying those things every single evening. The number one thing that every realtor that I have asked on, that I have done business with, is that they review the night before. So they're actually reviewing the day's progress. What did they do that they really liked? What did they spend too much time on? What did they do that they know they need to do over and over to duplicate their success? Sometimes we kind of just get away with the day and we don't really analyze what we did. And it feels like we did a bunch of nothing. Okay, if that's you, raise your hand, because there are days where I even feel that way. But it's important to distinguish, did I do what I was supposed to do today? Or did I just do a bunch of busy work? We don't want that to happen. So reviewing your day's progress is so important as a high producing realtor. And making sure that you're really dedicating that time to the things that matter the most, okay? Then, of course, there's planning your following day. So your morning routine to me is more about yourself. I feel like your evening routine, that starts to embed, okay, on the entrepreneur side, on the real estate side, as a high producing realtor, what do I need to do? So I look at that as planning the next day's priorities. I always tell anyone that asks, I feel like I have so many priorities. I feel like everything is important. It's not. And you know what? You may have many important things, but you have to prioritize and say, well, what is a high priority, urgent matter that I know I need to attend to tomorrow versus what's important to me? Because essentially, when it comes to being a real estate agent, there are many things that are important. Every single one of your clients are essentially important, but there are those that are urgent, those cases, those kind of loose ends that you need to tie in the morning that are more urgent and need to be handled than they are important. So identifying those the night before, making sure that you document it somewhere in some sort of project management board is really important. The next thing is making sure you know how to shut down and reset, because there's no way that you can essentially produce if you are still in constant, work mode. You have to give your mind time to not just reset, but time to create, so if you're not resting, you're not giving your brain the time that it needs to just breathe for a second so you can create from a fresh space. So the evening routine to me is more so, again, about being a real estate agent and saying, hey, what am I going to do to continue to be great the next day? Of course, you have your personal routine, which you may shower and do your face regimen, and you may drink your tea, and you may do your devotional, read a couple pages of your favorite book. You might even exercise at night. I'm a morning exercising girl, so I don't know that life. But what I will say is I look to the mornings more of a self routine, and I look to the evenings more of a preparing my business, mixed with a little bit of self in the evening, because I know in the morning I'm going to start right away with the things that I need for myself. So those are the things that I would say give you a power routine as a real estate agent. If you know that you are just burnt out, you are tapped out, this is done, you are done being your favorite paper pusher, as I like to say, please make sure that you comment below, number one, any questions you have, because I love to hear them. But number two, I'd love to hear if you are in that space. I want to give you some information. I want to give you some free resources. And I want to be able to serve in essentially to a capacity where you feel like you're not in that space. It's important to me and it's important to you. So let's work on that together. This is Madi Helps with Help Real Estate, and I just gave you your day one of your series of how to be more organized and how to make sure that, this whole busy and hustle and bustle 24/7 is just not your portion. All right. I hope to hear back from you guys soon in the comments. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will be back tomorrow with the second part of the series on maintaining your organization as a high producing realtor or one that's on its way. All right. Have a great night.